What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Mark II ray gun. Let's get to it.
The materials you need for this build is a toy gun, spray paint, and this all-purpose putty from Bondo. You can also use 2-part epoxy putty that works really well to hold shapes, but this is cheaper and I think it'll work just as good.
We'll also need a binder clip, wire, and a silver Sharpie. You can also use aluminum tape. This is what I end up using.
The gun I decided to use is this Zombie Strike hammer shot from Nerf. To start off, I'm going to be taking my Dremel tool with the sanding bit and sanding off all of these labels. Next, after I've sanded all of these labels off, I'm going to open up the gun and modify it to shoot a little bit harder. As I'm going, I'm going to take pictures of the gun so that I know where all of the different parts go. And I'm going to add metal in the handle and the front of the gun to make it heavier. Now with the weights in the gun, I've added a little bit of heft, and it shoots a lot harder. It's time to work on the aesthetics. You can cut off whatever, or keep it exactly the same if you like it. I spray painted the main body of the gun and this extra component right now because I don't want to have to worry about having the gun able to come apart and put back together, and some pieces will be going over both sides and I don't want to have to cut it in half so I can open it back up again. So I've painted these parts, which would be really hard to paint otherwise, and then if I ever have to paint any other parts, I can just tape it off and easily paint those parts separately. Since I'm going to be basing my gun design off of the Raygun Mark II from Call of Duty, I need to add little tubes where these green sections are. So I'm cutting thin tubing 1 inch in diameter of PVC, and then I will put them in place where I want them on the gun. Where we have this little knob thing sticking out, I have placed popsicle sticks onto the gun and then made this little popsicle stick box, which I would then cut a notch here or just place it like this, glue it on with some hot glue, and it'll be complete. Then, after I attach all of my little tidbits, I'm going to grab the putty, and I'm going to start applying the putty in places that I want it to make the gun finally look a little bit better and more like it's going to look like in the end. When using your putty, read the instructions carefully and all of the warnings on the back. This instructs me to remove a 3-inch diameter circle from the putty and then spread a 3-inch long bead of this cream hardener on it and then mix well for 2 minutes. Make sure you read the amount that you need of hardener and don't use too much. Also, use it in a well-ventilated area with gloves and a respirator in your mouth. I've covered this sheet with aluminum foil so that nothing sticks to it and marked 1-inch lines on it so then I can see how large my putty surface is and how much cream I need to use. Now that the putty is hardened, I can sand the project, make it look more final, make it look a little bit better, and then I'm going to paint it and add little tidbits onto it, then I will be done. Now I've finished sanding the gun. I covered up the parts that I care about that I want to stay the color that they are, and I'm going to paint the whole thing matte black, which will be the final color for it. Then I will go over specific parts like these tubes and paint these green, that one red, and then lightly dust the whole thing in black so then it looks a little bit less brand new off the line.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I spent a lot of time on this build, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you don't have to make this prop. You can make any type of prop. You don't even have to have the gun work. But please comment down below what you want to see me make next. Thanks. I'm outie.